Okay, hi guys, so it's Rachelle Glendon. Welcome back to another video. Yeah, I did try to do a live video before, but my phone came up and said that I don't know, something happened. Anyway, it's a little bit later than I'd planned. I'd sort of hoped to be doing these videos at about 1 o'clock on a Friday. I'm still playing around, as you know, with the timing of these live videos, and even if there's something that fits with my channel. But today I wanted to talk about values-based living, specifically as a parent, because something that if you watched my mum guilt video recently about leaving Max kind of to go out and party, I'll leave that down below. You might understand where I'm coming from, and if you're watching this, you're probably a mum anyway, and you're probably very familiar with the feelings of mum guilt. And so I wanted today to make a video. I must admit I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know why, but I just wanted to make this video, which is kind of an extension of the mum guilt thing, and it's got to do with values-based living. And I just wanted to share that at the moment I'm not feeling like I'm really living up to my expectations of myself as a mum. So for me, like, when I feel like I'm being a really good mum, I'm very present with Max, I'm positive, I'm happy, I'm patient. I spend a lot of time with him, like doing things that he wants to do, and I sort of tend to make my days sort of revolve around his needs. Just in terms of like, I mean, my needs as well, but like taking the dog for a walk and going to the park, and you know, making sure he has some healthy meals each meal, and not having like processed food, and also just showing him that you know, about kindness and about, you know, taking care of the environment, and all the different ways that you can do that, and also a lack of screen time. And I don't know whether it's because recently, like, we've been sick basically for not 2 weeks, but yeah, Max got sick sort of mid last week, and he's still only just recovering now, so going on 2 weeks sick. And because of that, we've been spending a lot more time indoors, watching videos and, you know, TV and stuff, so he has had a lot more screen time, so I felt really guilty about that. And because as well, I've been sick, I've been ordering some meal boxes, like HelloFresh meal boxes, which are really convenient ways to make sure that you're still having a nice meal without having to do the meal planning and the grocery shopping and everything. But what I've realised is that for some reason, I feel really guilty about having those meal boxes, because it's like one of my values is to make sure he has a very nutritious dinner cooked. And the meal boxes tend to be like for 2 adults, and we don't really get the 2 adults 2 kids one, because then it's kind of like, yeah, so I have to come up with these like meals that are sort of secondary for him, or like just beef them up, and he eats, you know, add a few extra veggies in. But I feel like I'm not providing him with a meal that I planned and that has the nutrition that I want him to have. It's just kind of like, I can't be bothered, so I've got a meal box, which sounds so ridiculous, but that's where I'm at the moment. I feel like I need to cut myself a break a little bit, actually, because we have been sick. But because of that, we have just been doing what's easy. But I guess I just have been feeling a bit like I'm not living up to my standards. We haven't really been doing so many walks these days. I've also been working a lot. We've been really, really busy. And I've been staying up late working on my videos, because I've been working on our family business during the day, during my work hours. So I've been having to do YouTube videos and stuff after he goes to bed. And I'm trying to grow my channel, I'm trying to like grow my Instagram and everything, so I'm on my phone a lot more, so I'm allowing him to be on his iPad, or on my iPad, or on the TV a lot more than I want. Yeah, so anyway, I'm not on here, like, I'm not trying to say, oh, please feel sorry for me, because, or like get sympathy or whatever, but I'm more saying it because I know that this is just a phase, and I know that I'll get my energy back, and we will be back on track with doing all the fun things that we normally do, and I'll be catching up with work and everything. And yeah, I just wanted to share it, because just in case you're also feeling like you're not living up to your own standards as a mum, that, you know, you can make a little change, or you can cut yourself a break. And as long as you come back, I think it's always about balance. Sometimes you're out of balance. Like, that's the thing about balance, though. Everybody's striving to have this balance in life. I know I am. And what I realized about balance is that you can never be in balance. As long as you know what your center point is, you'll always be away from that center point. But as long as you know what it is, just kind of aim back towards it. So at the moment we're really out of balance this way because we're watching a lot of TV and we're doing like some meal boxes and whatever. But on the other side, it's like I'm working a lot or whatever on this side. But then on the other side, it's like I'm not working enough. And then eventually you'll have to come back to the center and realize that you have to work again. Yeah. So anyway, I guess I don't really know where the purpose of this video was going, but I just wanted to share that because I think when you have really strong values, sometimes it's really easy to beat yourself up about not meeting your own expectations about those values. Like, I would love to be able to say every weekend I go to the markets and I buy our fresh food and we don't have any packet food and I make everything from scratch. It's not realistic for us or for me. I'd like to say that, Max never watches any TV, and I'd like to say that I only have one bag of rubbish every week that goes out in the trash. I'd like to say that we use cloth nappies, but all of those things aren't necessarily reality. And actually, a couple of weeks ago, I read this article because, like, I'm very much about, like, if a company I find is like profit for purpose, where they might say, I love my Tom shoes. If you know anything about me, I love Tom shoes. And that company, what they do is, if you buy a pair of shoes, they will also give a pair of shoes. So for every pair you buy, they give a pair of shoes to someone who doesn't have any shoes. And I think that's just a fantastic model. So I'll always be really loyal to them and I'll always buy their shoes. I have like many pairs of them. Things like my toilet paper, who gives a crap toilet paper. The profits from that company go towards building toilets in countries where they don't have sewage systems, so they build local toilets. So I always will support those kinds of companies, and I'll always try to avoid like retail, but but sometimes it does take a lot of time to do your research and to find these companies that sell the products that you need. They're sometimes at a higher percentage cost, like they're marked up to cover the cost of the extra giving that they do and that sort of thing. So I guess I always have that guilt of environmentalism. So whenever I spend money, I always think, well, am I going to be, impacting the environment? Like, what happens when this product that I've just bought am I just buying it because it's like a trend or whatever? What's going to happen to this product when I'm finished with it? And is it recyclable? Has it got an end of life program kind of thing? I know I'm rambling a little bit now, but for me, like, I really feel strongly about those kinds of things, like buying products that through companies that support more than just their own profit, but also, they support the environment or they support people in need. And I'm very much about like making sure I reduce my waste and not like, engaging in too much fast fashion, not sort of living a consumerism-led lifestyle. But sometimes you fall, it is easy. That lifestyle, that go to the shops and buy the things in the shops, that lifestyle is the line of least resistance. And sometimes you have to cut yourself some slack and realise that if you're trying to live a life or if you're trying to do anything other than that, by reducing your consumption, by being more conscious of where you're getting your stuff and where everything, where your things come from, and all of that, like, it is hard. Like, it is always constantly a decision to make. I think I'm explaining this right, but if you're going to be living a life outside of the standard lifestyle or trying to live counterculture, even like vegan is becoming a lot more commonplace, but so there are a lot of amazing vegan restaurants, but once upon a time it was really hard to be vegan because there wasn't, even gluten-free. You look at the amount of gluten-free products that are available now. That lifestyle has become more commonplace because more people are, requiring those products. So it's a lot easier to live that lifestyle, whereas once upon a time it was incredibly alternative. And I think, yeah, just consumer-led lifestyles in general is the line of, it's like the way that the world is set up. So you know, if you want to live something alternative to that, then it does take a lot more effort, and sometimes it is hard. And so you just have to choose the things that you can do, and I'm telling myself this mainly, you can just have to choose the things that you can do that make the difference, that you feel good about, and kind of let yourself get away with the stuff that you can't quite obtain or achieve, I guess I'm saying. Yeah. Anyway, kind of went on a few tangents there, but I don't know really what else to say, so I might leave it there. But yeah, if you like this kind of format of video, if you want to see more of these kind of chats, let me know what type of topics you'd like to hear, and tune in on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. I post videos on those days, and I'm experimenting with this whole live concept on a Friday. Yeah, so anyway, a bit of a one today, but and especially sorry about my nose and that voice that I've got happening. I don't sound like myself. Yeah, so I hope you liked this video, and if you did, leave me a comment. If you didn't, leave me a comment as well. I think I want to know what you think. Yeah, so just yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great weekend. Bye.